So this is our second skit. It's titled as The Scholars and the Boatman. I'm sure you've heard of it. Instead of one scholar, we have two. So as taught by Bhagavad Gita in chapter 7:15, most miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of aesthetic nature of demons do not surrender unto Krishna. This story is about a simple boatman and proud scholars. The scholars' pride led them upon the boatman, thinking that they have more knowledge than the boatman. However, they were taught a lesson by Krishna that just dry knowledge without humility is not enough. So we're going to start out with our boatman. This is our boat. Vedans and Adi have agreed to help out moving the waves underneath the boat. So that is the water. And so we're going to start.
Yes, climb aboard.
Say, Boatman, the water is getting choppy. Everything about torque and cross current impact?
No, sirs. I can't say I have.
A streamlined apparatus would give a mechanical advantage in waters like this. You don't study physics, do you, Boatman?
Not at all, sirs. I just rowed this boat.
Seems you wasted 25% of your life.
Boatman, ever think about statistics and probability? Do you know the probability distribution of bad weather around these parts?
Not at all, sirs. I just rowed this boat.
You have never studied advanced mathematics? You've wasted 50% of your life.
You are probably right. I have been rowing this boat all my life.
Have you ever heard of gauging deviations for wind velocity in a storm?
No, sirs. I have not.
Dense, aren't you? You've never learned meteorology?
I guess not, sirs.
Well, then you've wasted 75% of your life.
I guess so. Hold tight. It's raining hard. Sirs, we'll have to swim the rest of the way.
But we can't swim.
Well then, you have wasted 100% of your lives.
So can I get all the kids to line up? All the kids back here? Okay, so starting from the right, we have Keshav playing one of the scholars. We have Anirudh playing the boatman. We have Pranav playing George's son. We have Vedansh playing the new teller. We have Veer playing one of the other scholars. We have Adi playing Old George. We have Rachit playing the second teller. Jagdish playing George. And Ram playing the first teller. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Nimai worked so hard. So loud Haribol from Nimai, please. Haribol. So these are Sunday school kids. They come with Nimai. He's been working with them. Ages like, 12 to 16, Nimai? Yeah, where he's telling them the kids, they're preparing for the college to get these small, beautiful lessons so that when they go to college, they can prepare better for that one. So now I'll request Premdam Prabhu, our director for book distribution. He will tell us something about our marathon. And thank you so much.
No, I'm good. I just want to share my screen so that, oh, there it is. Just some technical difficulties. Just 1 minute. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hare Krishna. Oh, that was a very low response. Everybody okay? Hare Krishna. Oh, that was a good one. Okay. So, welcome to ISKCON Baltimore, everybody. My name is Premandhan Das, and on behalf of the ISKCON Baltimore team, I would like to welcome all of you here. We had a wonderful Gita marathon, as we call it here in the ISKCON community, where we distribute Gita specifically at the time of December. And ISKCON is an acronym for International Society of Krishna Consciousness. I'm sure many of you know that. It was started by Srila Prabhupada, who is sitting on this ornate seat here. It was started by him in 1966, and with the sole aim of re-spiritualizing the entire human society. That was his goal. So, moving on. So what I'm going to do today is, I'll just take a few minutes, probably 15, 20 minutes at the most, walk you through the mission that we have here at ISKCON Baltimore, and then also show you I'll give you a report of what we have done in the last year. Yes. So, as I said, ISKCON is an organization, and this organization is living. So when I say living, is that this organization is always going out, and then there is something coming in, just like in a breathing cycle, right? So this organization breathes. So the first aim that we have, the mission that our temple has, is to reach out. As we see this, the first thing says that we have dedicating spiritual practices, education and distribution of Krishna consciousness. And then, so we know that there is spiritual poverty out there, and we have made a vow that we want to eradicate spiritual poverty all over, wherever we can reach up to. But it's not just spiritual poverty that we are acting upon. Some of you might have come and you might have parked your cars, and you might have seen a truck there which says Hunger Free Zone. So we have an organization which is a part of ISKCON. It's called Hunger Free Zone, where every single day we go out, we cook fresh food, and we take it out to Baltimore City, and we distribute that food for free. For over 200 people every single day. We have been doing it for a long time, over a couple of years now. So we are, come up close to like probably 500,000 shadam and plates to people out there. Everybody, there are people who are so hungry and they're so happy to see that truck when it comes in. And and it's sanctified food. It's been offered to Krishna before we take it out. A freshly cooked food, a freshly cooked meal, which is very rare for people out on the street, homeless people. So we are also into eradicating material poverty. And then, as I said, we are a living organization. So we exhale, we go out, and then what happens is that when people come back, with the sense of gratitude in their heart, they are welcome in this judgment-free environment. That's an important thing. It's a judgment-free, welcoming environment. We don't restrict anybody on the basis of, gender or country of birth or, any other. There's no such restriction. Everybody is welcome across this door. And we are open to everybody with this idea that we want to help them. We have a sense of compassion towards them. So how do we do that? And then, as I said, it's all following of what Srila Prabhupada has taught us. Okay. So then a question can come to all of us that, hey, here we are talking about books, right? Bhagavad Gita. We've been distributing Bhagavad Gitas. So why do we distribute books? That's a question that many people ask us. So the first thing is that, these books, they are like containers, right? And these containers are full of ideas. Across human history, we have seen there have been so many books that have been published, and then they have been able to change the hearts of millions of people. And one such book, you must have, this person, Fidel Castro. He was the leader of Cuba for nearly half a century, 50 years. And to give you a background of his story, what happened was that in 1953, he wanted to topple the Batista government in Cuba. And then that thing failed, and he was put in jail. But that didn't deter his desire to make a change. So what he did, he used to write his book with lime juice, and then his wife would come to meet him, and he would give those papers to his wife, and then his wife would expose them to sun, and then she could read what he had written. And then eventually, over a period of a year, he had collected so much literature, and it was published as a book. And that generated a revolution in the heart of Cubans. And then they were able to topple the government, and that's when Fidel Castro came into power. So this is just one example I'm giving you. There have been dozens of examples. We all know about Charles Darwin. He wrote a book, The Origin of Evolution. I think that was the name. History of Evolution. That's it. Thank you. So yeah, that made a change. Now everybody believes that we came from monkeys. Just imagine what a change a book can have. That's one important reason why we distribute books, because books have these ideas which when somebody reads, they can spring out of that container and they can take seed into the mind of people, and it can change their lives. Another reason that we distribute books is because there are people who are looking for very basic questions about life. Where do I come from? Who am I? Why am I doing this again? Running 40 hours a week, paying mortgages, bringing up a family. Is that all that is there to life? No, there's more to it. And people who have these intelligent questions, they really appreciate the Bhagavad Gita when they get it. And let's see if I can play this. This is one, before I play it, his name is Brandon. He came to the temple about 2 years ago, and he got a Bhagavad Gita from us. And 2 years now, and you'll see what his realizations are. You'll be amazed to hear what he has to say about Bhagavad Gita. And I hope we are able to play the sound. Oh, where did it go?
I've searched many different religions, philosophies about our existence, and the Bhagavad Gita, particularly as it is written by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has been instrumental in bringing deeper meaning to my life. There's so many ways that it can be read. They have the Sanskrit, so you can see how it was written originally 5,000 years ago, the Roman transliteration, the direct word for word English equivalent, and then you add in the belief system and the understanding of Prabhupada. This is my third time reading it from cover to cover, and I'm finding new things every day that enhance my life in such a meaningful way. It is an incredible rock to build my everyday on. Use it.
Yeah, he said a very important thing. It's an incredible rock to build his everyday on. Bhagavad Gita is not to be put on the shelf. It's to be read every day. It has practical applications. It changes people's life. And just imagine, and he's an actor. He's an artist by himself. So when he got the Bhagavad Gita, it completely turned his life around. And I was talking to him a couple of weeks ago. He's actually taking his decisions about his job based on the Bhagavad Gita, where he doesn't have to get involved in any kind of, unnecessarily cheating others or something. So that's the kind of people that, they get inspired when they read these books. And then they surely bring the books like Bhagavad Gita, they satisfy the soul and bring happiness. Happiness is something that we all are looking for. But unfortunately, we have been getting some substandard information, some misdirection from all sorts of things that come to us. There's this, Coca-Cola says, open happiness. Just imagine drinking a bottle that contains 30 grams of sugar. How can that bring you happiness in one go? But still, people drink it just because they feel that they'll get happiness by drinking Coca-Cola. So that's the power of words. That's the power that a message that has been, spoken out loud enough can have on people's lives. Another reasons, so that was something I told you about others, why we go out and talk to them. But then how does it help us, So the first important thing is that it builds community spirit. We have people going out throughout the year. There's so many different places that we go out. We go to books, we go to stores, we go to libraries, prisons, so on and so forth. And I'll show you some pictures later on. So it's community spirit. It's not a single person's job. That's the whole reason why Prabhupada created this movement, that people could come together for their spiritual enlightenment, but also for others' spiritual enlightenment. So it helps in community building. It's high sadhana. People who are going out for distributing Bhagavad Gita, they are having a very strict, serious, and sincere practice in devotional life. They do and most important of that is chanting, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We all try our best to do that chanting, do all our sadhana practices as strongly as we can, because then that gives us the strength to go out and then give it to others. That's the goal, right? So I'm strengthening myself, but then I'm also going out to give it to others. And third and most importantly, the more we give, the more we grow. The more we give to others, and that seems a bit paradoxical, that by giving I can grow. So when I give to others, I grow. Because when we are in that mood that we want to help others, in a mood of compassion, that eventually the kind of effort and hard work that devotees go through, it really transforms them. It gives them that the purity and the sincerity they're looking for in their practice. And then they become happy, and the others who receive this message become happy. Okay, so now, where do we distribute these books? I'll show you some pictures quickly. Motels and hotels. Many of you, when you have walked into the motel or hotel, you must have seen a Bhagavad Gita along with the Bible there. It's not by accident that it reached there. There are devotees across the country who have been working very hard to putting these books in motels, hotels, and such places. There's a team actually that does this for us. And we have been also pushing, we as an ISKCON of Baltimore, we have also been pushing for putting these books in motels and hotels. And people are very receptive. There's dozens and dozens of testimonials where people are saying how it changed their lives. Then going to all other places. So we have some pictures. You see that there's some students out there on top. So reaching out to students and all sort of stores. There's a furniture store, there's a restaurant there, there's an Indian grocery store, and then knocking door to door. That's one important effort that we put in. We just go knock door to door, irrespective of whoever opens the door. We don't know who's on the other side of the door. We still knock it, and people really, they're receptive. They want this knowledge. They're looking for this knowledge because all of us are going through the same challenges, same obstacles. But Bhagavad Gita gives us a way to come out of them. Right? Then, prisons, one of the most important aspects. Rasala Krishna Prabhu, he's right here. So he's been pushing our prison book distribution. Yeah? So there are so many inmates in prisons, they're filled up with inmates, and they have nothing to read. Many times we get requests, we don't want spiritual literature, they want random, some health magazine or something about how to, what the actors and actresses are doing. But when they get their hands on books like Bhagavad Gita, it turns around their life. We sent to this place called the Caddo Correctional Facility, and within a week, the chaplain to whom we had approached, he distributed all those. We gave them 500 books, and he distributed that within a week to all the inmates, and all the inmates were very happy. So the books are making a significant change in lives, in people's life. And that's what we are doing, going out. So, prisons and correctional facilities. So, now that I have given you a bit brief of why do we do it and who we are, now I just want to give you a bit of a report of all that collections that we did last year and where did we do. So you'll see that our team effort has been coming out in good colors. Way back in 2021, we were at 11,520. We have a goal of increasing at least by 10% every year of Bhagavad Gita distribution. And most of this happens during the Gita Marathon, which is the December time period. Okay? Because the Bhagavad Gita was spoken in December or that time period. So we really push hard to distribute more and more Bhagavad Gitas. Then 2022, we were at close to 13,000. And this year, we were at 15,000. And I'll tell you from the bottom of my heart, we don't know when we start this plan, we don't know whether we'll be able to succeed or not. But when Krishna sees that we are trying to put an effort, and all of you are trying to put an effort in the best way you can, Krishna automatically reciprocates. Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita, that, whenever you put in an effort, I reciprocate accordingly. So that was the efforts that ISKCON Baltimore had been putting in. Just to give you a comparison, what ISKCON has been doing worldwide. So in 2021, we were at 2.1 million Bhagavad Gitas. Okay? We increased that to 2.8 in 2022, and this year we were at 3.5. It's a big number. But this is nothing. Our goal is much, much bigger than this. We have a goal of 2026, we want to come to a goal of 5 million. And that's also not a big number. Just imagine the people in this world, there are billions and billions of people. It's not a big number to distribute these books. So that's our goal. That's what we are targeting at. 2026, we have a 5 million goal. But this year, we were able to make that 3.5 million ISKCON worldwide, all over the world. We have thousands of centers all over the world. We all come together. It's only the team spirit that makes a difference. Otherwise, if we just go by individual, our efforts are not of much effect. So this was our progress. And let's see, what do we have next? Okay, yes, the most important part. You all can connect with us in whatever way that interests you. Okay? So the first thing, so we have this programs called Bhakti Vriksha. So the Bhakti Vriksha, as the name says, Vriksha is a tree, Bhakti is devotion. So we have trees of devotion. So this temple is the center. But then we have these satellites across many cities. Ellicott City, we have in Catonsville, Towson, Elkridge, and then we have in York. So we have these small centers where, a small group of devotees, they come together. And they read the Bhagavad Gita, they have a prasadam, they open up their heart. Because as I said, we all are going through the same challenges. So why not just come together and try to figure it out? So that's the Bhakta Vriksha concept. Then you can connect with us. You can, we have a WhatsApp group where you get all the informations. We have so many festivals throughout the year. And the biggest festival that we had recently, and I'm hoping many of you attended it, was the flower Abhishek, where we bring in 10,000 roses, and those petals are offered to the deities. And then the deities, give us back to the people here, and then we enjoy it. It's more like a holy with flowers. So get all that information. You can connect on the WhatsApp group, and you can connect with any of our devotees, and they can connect you to that group. Then, if you have some kids around, so we have these programs for all age group from 5 to 15, or even beyond that, I think. So where we teach them some spiritual and moral values. That's something that's a big concern for all of us, where we have kids growing up in this country. This country has its own culture. I like it. I'm not, no offense against it. But then we have our own culture that we want to give our kids. We don't want them to forget that. So we have Sunday school where we have some very qualified teachers who come together and teach these children dramas. Like, we had just this drama. They were, they're also from the Sunday school. We have younger kids coming in. They memorize verses. They recite verses in front of the congregation on weekends. So that's something is also valuable to us. So please connect with us, in whatever way is comfortable for you. And then I think this is probably the last slide. So I'll leave you with this video just to enjoy what we have done this year. And let me see if it starts. Let's see if I can put in the video. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much from the bottom of our heart. Thank you very much for all your contribution, for your support, for whatever way you get involved in. Thank you very much for it. Without you all, it wouldn't have been possible for us to meet our goal. And we look forward to continuing our association with you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming and for all your support for this important Vedic preservation of Vedic culture. So I wanted to read some of the sponsors' names so that, and we want to appreciate you for coming here and for contributing to this wonderful cause. So names are Madhavi Vemuri, Madhumati Devidasi, Vijay Narasimha Prabhu or Dr. Vijay Sharma, Yatin Patel, Shivani Bhagel, Raj, Vasudeva Murthy, Sridhar Kata, Mahesh Mangalarupu, Murlidhar, Umesh Murthy, Ajay Sridharan, Arun Geeta, Ramesh Ponnada, Praveen Reddy, Rajesh Bansal, Keval Kandari, Abhilash Rao, Kiran Shah, Paul Randava, Vishal Kachia. So these are some of the key sponsors. There's a lot of devotees who sponsored, but we're very thankful for all of you for your sponsorship and support for this important initiative. I wanted to share with you next steps also. So it's some important thing for all of us. The curtain will open, darshan will open at 7:20 sharp. It will be open for a short time, about 10 minutes, 7:20 to 7:30. Now Lord will be dressed in his night dress. We will have a special darshan of his night dress. So we have Aarti plates arranged. So all of you will get an opportunity to offer Aarti to the Lord at 7:20. So, but just before that, we'll all go downstairs. We'll go outside through this door, and the left-hand side there is stairs. So we'll have prasadam. After that, please be ready here by 7:20 so that we can welcome the Lord and we can offer Aarti. So that is the two important next steps. We'll all go down for having prasadam and then after that we'll come back and do Aarti. Thank you so much for coming. Please proceed for prasadam now. Hare Krishna.